All right, so welcome to this session of SUG-BR. Welcome to everyone. We're happy that you're all here. And today we have Dave Ambrose, Sitecore Solution Architect, and he'll be the main guest here today. But before really starting, let's go to what's going on Sitecore World. So a few news for everyone. So first announcement, SUGCon is coming. It's just right in the corner. So April in London, I will be there. Rodrigo will be there. We submit a presentation, and we're gonna be talking about Sitecore AI and its main competitors. So if you go to Sucon, please message us or drop us at our session, and we can talk a little bit more about AI. Have some coffee. And we also have another presentation for our company, migration projects, yesterday, today, and tomorrow by Enki Kinner. And this is SUCON 2026 in Europe. I hope you see you there. And another important announcement, MVP award will be coming up, if not this week, next week. Usually it's end of January, beginning of February. Sitecore will announce their MVPs for everyone that applied. I just wish good luck. And I would like to give him a warm welcome to Dave Ambrose. Welcome, Dave. Welcome. And Diego, please
Yeah.
introduce
So
Dave for us.
so actually, let's do a little bit different this way, Jose. So, Dave, typically on the SUG-BRs, before we actually go into your presentation, right? We have like this previous slide where it's like you get to know our speakers. So, why don't we ask a few questions about yourself, and then maybe you can introduce yourself for the whole community, right? So, Dave, would
Yeah,
you mind start by telling us, who you are, talking a little bit about who you are?
yeah, absolutely. Good to see you again. Yeah, so I'm Dave Ambrose. I'm located in Michigan, in the United States. I've been doing software development pretty much my whole life. I started when I was around 8 years old, so it's been decades and decades of effort. I've been developing software specifically for the web for the last 30 years. So 1996, working at a software development house, and 30 years later, here we are. The last 10 years have been spent specifically with Sitecore. So kind of getting into the Sitecore world around Sitecore 6, was heavily involved in a migration from 6 to 8, and then 8 to 8.1 and to 8.2 and XDB and all that kind of fun stuff back in Sitecore 8. So yeah, this year pretty much marks year 10 or 11 for me in the Sitecore space.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
And no, and I was gonna ask. I mean, we met during the Sitecore symposium last year with all those Sitecore AI announcements and whatnot. So I wanted to hear your thoughts, and maybe you can share some of your insights around how excited are you about the Sitecore AI, all those changes into basically having AI at the core of the product. So you've been around, as you said, for quite some time, right? So why don't you share some of your thoughts on that?
Yeah, on all fronts, really. Like I've always been a big proponent of empowering developers to write code faster. So even going back into let's talk about like the mid 2000s. I don't know if you guys remember like Dev Express, and there's like a tool called the Code Rush, and there's some of those other tools where a lot of it was snippets, but it's always about how can we accelerate a developer, right? I remember in Code Rush specifically, um, as just something fun at one of the conferences, one of the developers of Code Rush wrote working code with only what was it, a Guitar Hero controller. So just using a guitar controller to write code, right? So I've always been passionate about taking things that we've done repetitively, right? Like how many times have we all written a for loop, or all of a switch case and things like that, and how can we accelerate development? So that side of AI, definitely I've always been excited about is, how what's the next thought, what's the next thing that you're going to do, and how can I preempt that? Like we see in VS Code now, right, where it's automatically prompting you what I think you're going to do next. So I've always been passionate about that side of it, and on the equally on the other side of implementing AI within the platform. Um, going back even to 2023, my Sitecore Hackathon team created a plugin or an extension for Sitecore that would take all of that content out of a certain page, right? Like you'd take all the content out of a page, maybe what data was in the renderings. We would ship that off to AI, and then we would have AI come up with all the metadata, right? What's my meta description? What's my meta keywords? What might be a nice phrase for this? So, even going back, there weren't as many people on the AI train back in 2022, 2023, like there is today, where pretty much everyone has to be AI. But yeah, I've always been a fan of the robots. I welcome our new robot overlords, and just really excited about where we are in the development sphere, right, of the time. Everyone's so worried, like, as developers, are we going to have jobs? But I really think it's the other way around. It's, what an exciting time to be a developer right now.
That's true. And for our overlords out there, we're recording this session just to make sure, we are on your side, right, Dave? So,
I say please in just about every prompt. Maybe that's because I'm from the
yes.
Midwest, but I'm a very polite person, but I always say please, and oftentimes I'll say thank you.
All right. So, Dave, without further ado, so I'm just gonna hand this over to you for your presentation.
Sure.
So, welcome one more time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, really happy to be here. Good to see you, Diego.